Okie dokie, folks. Today we're going to talk about the index. Yeah, I haven't covered that all that much on the channel.
Now, just
but
in
hey,
case some of you ain't doing
look at
all
this.
out of the kindness
We got
of your
actually
hearts.
2 relevant Nightwave missions for this one. We have to do this one, the Day Trader one. I haven't done a video about that yet, so you have to do 3 wagers in a row. But you have to do perfect matches. Can't let the enemy score even once. And you also have to pick up rare mods, and these are great together because, hey, if you play the index, the only mod drops that you can get are rare mods. So if you just play like just a couple of rounds of the index, you're gonna clear this one. So don't worry about it. We're gonna do this one too. But for this, there's actually a lot of stuff to talk about here because, index is probably the game mode that people still play wrong the most. And people have such misconceptions about like how the index works and what you're supposed to do. So, first things first, the index is a node on Neptune. It's right here. Normally, people come into contact with it if they do like the Glassed Gambit quest to get Nidus. But here is the investment, or like the index endurance. It's called the index endurance because there used to be other versions of it, but the only one that still remains in the game is the endurance version of the mission, whatever. So this is the one. And once you pick it to play it, you get to choose the stakes. How tough are the enemies going to be compared to what your return on investment is going to be. So as you can see, the cheapest version costs 30,000 credits to play, and you get like potential profit. And if you do the higher risk ones, you can get more profit, bigger return. So normally, this is what people pick for credit farming. And index is the most efficient way of credit farming that exists in the game. But for this one, I'm going to recommend going low risk. And the reason for that is, like I said before, the enemy team cannot score even once. Then this works like a defense mission, where it's like once you reach the amount of points that you need to reach, you will be asked if you want to extract or not. And you have to do 3 wagers, which means 3 like full games of the index, basically. So you have to stay. You have to stay for 3 games in a row, and the enemy cannot score even once. What's good about this is that the investment, the initial payment thing, you only pay that for the first round, and then you can stick around for as long as you want. So win the first round, you get 100,000 credits. Win another round, you get it again. Another round, you get it again. But you only pay the 30,000 once, so you do actually earn more money by sticking around longer. And yes, credit boosters do work in the index, and they will double what you get. So if you have like a credit booster, like I currently have, no, I don't have a credit booster. I should get one. And then you run 3 rounds of the high risk game. You're gonna earn like just more than 1 million credits, which is good. Everyone needs credits. Now, here's the thing. The index is always going to be a 4 versus 4 team thingy. Which means, if you are running solo, the rest of your team is going to be made up out of specters, like Tenno specters, a mag specter or a volt specter or whatever. And unfortunately, these guys suck. So, the opposing team are going to be able to kill them off quite easily, and they're going to be able to score points on you. So, if you want to do this index thing for Nightwave, I'm going to say it's practically impossible to do it solo. I'm going to show you one way where it can be done. But for like 99% of all players, I'm going to say just don't play this one solo. You have to do this in a public game if you want to have like any chance of making it. So now that we come to like just, actual strategies. Well, there are a couple of different things that you need to know about the index. First up, the meta. There are a couple of different roles that you can play in the index. Since you're supposed to kill enemies and pick up coins from them when they die, and then you deposit them into your goal and you get points, and they do the same thing. You can either be a DPS character, like be a damage dealer and just kill enemies. You can be basically a point scorer, which is just your job is just to pick up points and score, points with them. And you can also run defense and basically cover your own goal so that enemies can't score on you. And normally you want like a mix of things, because different things, like different Warframes, are better suited for different things. You want a mix to be efficient. The most common Warframes that you see in the index are probably Rhino and Limbo, because they fulfill like 2 of these roles. Rhino is a point scorer. If you're not going to run with Rhino, I also recommend Revenant, who might even be better as a point scorer. The reason for this is because picking up points will give you a debuff. It will give you a penalty with less health and less shields. The more points you hold, the less health you will have. So it's risky to run around carrying a bunch of different points. But Revenant has Mesmer Skin, his second ability, which just makes him immortal. So he doesn't care if he has low health and low armor, so he can survive anyway, even when he's carrying a lot of points. And Rhino has Iron Skin, and Iron Skin is not affected by this debuff, so you can keep yourself alive just with Iron Skin, even though you don't have any health or any shields. So why do you want to run around with a bunch of points? Well, the reason why is because you get bonuses for running around with a lot of points. The more points you run around with, the bigger your bonus is, up until a point. It has diminishing returns, and we're going to go over that. So I'm going to start by jumping in here, and I'm going to keep on talking while I play. And I'm gonna do point scorer here. So we're going to take the lowest one, and hopefully people will know what they're doing. If you want to go defense, I'm going to recommend either Limbo, excellent at, stalling out enemies so that they can't score. Cora, with her Strangle Dome, is also excellent for this. And to a certain extent, Gara, with her Mass Vitrify, will also work. Now, first up, Iron Skin. There. So now I have my Iron Skin up, and I can just pick up as many points as I want, and I'm not gonna, take damage. These guys in my team, we have an Inaros, a Limbo, and a Mesa. The Mesa here is running DPS. The Mesa is just killing things. See, I picked up a point. Now you can see up in the top right corner that I have one so-called financial stress. Financial stress decreases my health. It decreases my shields. But it does not decrease my Iron Skin. My Iron Skin is unaffected. What it also does is it causes energy drain. The more of these you hold, the more your energy is going to be drained. So, you want to get your abilities in and just activate them before you start picking up points, because after that, like it's just gonna start ticking down. So as we can see now here, we have a Limbo, and what he's doing, he's not like picking up points or stuff. He is just blocking the enemy from scoring with this Cataclysm. They can't get in. They're just gonna get stuck. Now the Mesa, he is killing enemies, but I don't know if you notice this, but he's not actually picking up the points. Well, now he did, but he will tend not to, because he could like run the risk of dying if he's carrying around too many points, and he's also losing out on some of his energy. But he's basically just running around and killing things. High-level Mesa players running the index, what they will normally do when they kill something is that they will just put a waypoint on the ground for where the point is. And then the actual, like, collector, like me, like the Rhino here, I will just run to the point and pick it up. So Mesa kill things, put waypoints where points are. Limbo, he's just goal-keeping to make sure that the enemies can't score on us. Rhino or Revenant, run around, pick up points. Now as you can see up in the top left, it says I'm holding 6 points, and I also get 2 bonus points. That's how the index works. By picking up more points, you get bonus points as well. But this has diminishing returns past 15 points. If you are holding more than 15 points, it starts getting less efficient. It starts getting like less worth your time to hold more points. And it completely stops at 20. Once you hold 20 points, you won't get any more bonus points, even if you pick up more. So there's no reason to hold more than 20 points. Once you have 20 points, you should just cash them in. Now, the problem here is that, like, I'm gonna go and cash in here. Because there's no point in collecting more than, like, just hitting the target, which is 50. Nice little visual bug here, but it told me I have, like, 1 out of 3. So we're gonna do another one now. Now, here is where people play this wrong, okay? Now, I can get energy back. I can earn energy again, because I'm not holding any points anymore. It used to be the case once upon a time, and we're talking like years ago, where enemies in the index scaled based on how many points that you have cashed in. So you would see people just running around holding like 50 points or something and not cashing them in. Because they thought that that's how you're supposed to play the index. That is not how the index works anymore, and it's not how the index has worked in a very long time, okay? Enemies scale based on kills. Every time you kill an enemy in the index, the remaining enemies are gonna scale in level. That's how it works. That's it. That's how it works. So, the old strategy of just, like, bypassing an entire round by carrying 50 points or whatever, and then just, you know, cashing all of them in at once, that doesn't work. That's not how the index works. There's no point in doing that. In fact, it's counterproductive to do that, because bonus points have diminishing returns past 15. Holding more than 15 points and not cashing them means that you are not playing efficiently. You are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You should cash your points when you're holding 15. Always. Maybe you just happen to pick up a few more than you thought, and you're at 19 or something, then fine, squeeze out one more. Get to 20, because that's the final break point for bonus points. But never for any reason hold more than 20 points. Just don't do it. If you want to go for maximum efficiency in just finishing out the rounds as quickly as possible, then the amount of points you want to pick up is 15 plus 15 plus 4. Because 15 plus the bonus points equals 23. So, you will be at 23 plus 23 plus 4, which is 50. That's the exact breakpoint. Now, I thought I saw one here. I thought I saw a point. Where's the point? I don't see it. Anyhow. There. Now I got my 15 plus 8, which means I am cashing in. That's how you play the index, people. Now we're at 41 here. So we can just go to the third round if this guy just goes and cashes in his points. But it doesn't seem like he wants to. It doesn't seem like he wants to cash in his points, which unfortunately means he might be one of those people who still just... It's not even his fault, because people are given faulty information. There are so few actual good index guides out there. Just actually telling people how the index works. So they get these weird ideas in their head that they're supposed to, like, hoard thousands of points and not cash them in. No. But it is frustrating, because look at this guy. This guy is holding like 20 points or something, and he's just not cashing them in. Now, I just need to pick up one more point, then I can move on to the next round. Let's see if we can make that happen. There. I am now holding 9 points, 7 plus bonus 2, and we're at 41. So that guy is like probably thinking that he is gonna just, you know, hey, skip around or something to make it easier, because then you prevent enemies from scaling. And no, that's not how it works. Enemies scale when you kill them. Enemies scale when you kill them. This guy should just cash in his points. And there's another reason for cashing in points, at least in the beginning of a round, and that is because cashing in points will increase your timer, as this is a timed mission. Sometimes, if people are too obsessed with hoarding points in the start of the match, you'll actually get a mission failure, because you'll run out of time, and like no one is cashing in their points. So I see we're already up to 32, which means that the guy actually did cash in his points, which is nice. We only need 18 more. 18 more and we're done. I'm holding 4, which means I currently don't have any bonus points. And you kind of want to be nice to each other here. If you see that like someone is you know, close to getting bonus points, then it might be counterproductive to just be hogging all of the points for yourself. Don't do that. But as you can see, like the Limbo, he is not collecting any points. Why would he? That's not his job. His job here is acting as a goalkeeper and preventing the enemy from scoring any points. No, no, no. He's leaving the actual scoring to people like me. Very nice of him. So I think if I go score now, someone else probably has the remaining... Oh! The remaining, like, I don't know, 7 points or something. Yeah, there we go. And kaboom! Done. Easy as pie.
Dreamers, I have for you a tale of...
So as you can see here. Here, the Limbo. 0 points. He did not cash a single point, and that is because that is not what he was here to do. He was a goalkeeper. He made sure that even if the enemy were to actually like be able to kill one of us and collect a point, they can't score. Not while a Limbo is there. Fantastic. Love having him on the team. That's great. So yeah, different roles for different things in the index. If you are doing damage, like with a Mesa, you probably don't pick up the points. All you do is just kill enemies and put waypoints where the points are. And then the nice Limbo or the nice Revenant can run and pick them up. Collect 15 points and then go score. Goalkeepers, Limbo, Gara, Korra. Excellent for this. Now, here's a small little thing here. Just show you this one right away. Let's take a nice sniper rifle or something. Rubico, right? Let's mod it for radiation. Very good for the index. So we got that. Now. And we're not going to do any of our weird helmet builds. We're just going to do standard Limbo. Decent amount of range. Decent amount of duration. I like that. Now, Limbo can actually do this solo. I wouldn't recommend it, because it's boring as shit. But Limbo is probably the only one who can do it solo. Or at least you have to have a defensive frame to do it solo. And the reason for that is because, hey, you gotta goalkeep. If you're running with your, like, specters, you gotta goalkeep. Because your specters are gonna die. Your specters are gonna die because they suck. And your enemies are gonna collect points. Now, that's fine, because you can actually employ that as a strategy. Yeah, here's he. Wukong Spectre. And they just run around, slow. They suck. So I'm waiting here on one of these nodes to get some energy. There we go. Now. Ugh, hate Auditor. So as you can see here, once I've picked up a point, I can see which one I'm supposed to score at. But that's not the one we're going for. if we gotta goal keep and camp out, then we're gonna be on the opposing team's goal here. Now, I am counting on them to kill my friends. My friendly specters. And once they do, they're gonna come over here and they're gonna try to score on them. Which they can't. Like I can let them, you know, collect points. Now, obviously, I shouldn't pick them up. Like that's a mistake on my part. So I'm actually gonna go and cash these in. Because I run out of energy. There we go. So as you can see here, this is fine. They can't score on me. Not while I keep the cataclysm up. They can just try forever. They're not gonna have much luck. I'll just pick them off here. But I'm not picking up these points. Not if I don't have to. Like, I'll avoid it. Because as soon as I pick up points, I'm gonna start getting energy drain. I'll just let the points, you know, be here on the ground. It's fine. And whenever I want to, I'll just pick up all of them and then just go run and score. But the point is, that strategy sucks. It sucks because it's boring. It's boring as all hell. It's just why subject yourself to that, of like playing 3 whole rounds that way when you can just, you know, hey, run a team. You'll have more fun, and it's gonna be quite easy so long as you just, you know, do what you're supposed to be doing. So don't get mad when you kill an enemy in the index and the rhino runs up and picks up your point. The rhino is doing what he's supposed to be doing. Alright? That's it. So with that in mind, you know, hey, go run the index. Collect some cash. You'll earn a bunch of credits. You'll have a fun time doing it. And, you know, Once you master the index, you can go for trying to stay in there and win rounds for an entire hour. In which case, you can encounter the legendary John Prodman and get the John Prodman poster for your orbiter. That's a nice little Easter egg in the index, but you have to play it for an hour to get that, and you don't have to have perfect matches for that. So you know, that's it. That's how you do this one.
Later.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Just, you know, do what you're supposed to be doing. And remember, cash in at 15 points, people. Cash in at 15 points.